Hi everyone. Welcome to this video about angle relationships. You'll be learning today about a specific angle relationship, and you're going to need a couple of supplies. So you're going to definitely want to have your angle relationship note guide, a pencil, and several different colored writing utensils. I'd recommend 4 or 5 different colored highlighters, or 4 or 5 different colored pencils, or 4 or 5 different colored pens. Please pause your video, gather up those supplies, and resume the video when you're ready. Okay, so the angle relationship we're going to be focusing in on today is called same side interior angles. Please go ahead and find that angle relationship in your note guide. You're going to be jotting down some specific important information, a definition, and some properties about same side interior angles that you'll be sharing with other students in our class. So the definition of same side interior angles is two non-adjacent angles that lie inside the lines and on the same side of the transversal as one another. Okay, so some quick important points and reminders. Non-adjacent angles are angles that are not next to one another. These angles are going to lie inside of the lines, and they're going to be on the same side of the transversal as one another. Now, about the properties of those kinds of angles. When parallel lines are cut by a transversal, then same side interior angles will be supplementary. Reminder that supplementary angles means that when we add the angle measures together, they will have a sum of 180. Go ahead and pause the video right now and jot down this very important information. All right, we're going to take a look at a diagram. So go ahead and find the diagram that looks like this and is labeled pairs of same side interior angles. The first thing to note about this diagram is that we can see that line L is parallel to line M. I can tell that from this diagram because it's got the matching arrows on both line L and line M, and that's an indicator that the lines are parallel. Mathematicians sometimes use those arrows to indicate parallel lines, but other times they just state in the directions that the lines are parallel. So you're going to want to look for that in a couple of different ways. Okay, go ahead and grab one of your colored pencils, highlighters, or pens, and what we're going to do is we are going to find pairs of same side interior angles and match them up. So remember that same side interior angles need to be on the same side of the transversal as one another, but on the inside of the lines. So I'm going to start with angle 4. Angle 4 is on the left side of the transversal, but inside of line L and line M. So its matching same side interior angle will be angle 8, which is also inside of lines L and M, but on the same side, the left of the transversal. So angle 4 and angle 8 are our first pair. All right, I'm noticing that we have another pair of same side interior angles that are going to be on the right of the transversal, and that's going to be angle 3 and angle 5. Now I don't have any other angles that are inside of line L and line M, so I don't have any other pairs, but I do have one more question that I'm going to need to answer. That question is, are same side interior angles going to be congruent to one another, supplementary to one another, or are they neither of these? If I look at angle 3 and angle 5, I can tell they're not congruent to one another. They are not the same measure. But they are going to be supplementary. Okay, now it is important to note that same side interior angles are only supplementary when they are between parallel lines. Okay, so that's just something important to note. make sure that you've answered that question and make that note for yourself. We're going to take a look at another diagram and identify some same-side interior angles. Hopefully you're noticing that this diagram looks a little bit different in that the two lines that are cut by the transversal are not parallel to one another. I can tell this because it does not say in the directions that the lines are parallel. There are no matching arrow indicators on the lines indicating that they would be parallel. And hopefully we can also recognize that if we extended these lines to the left, they would eventually intersect one another, even though they're not intersecting each other at this time. However, we can still identify same-side interior angles. So I'm going to take a look at angle 3 and angle 5. Grab one of your colors and circle those. Let's write that on our list of pairs, angle 3 and angle 5. They are both inside of the lines and on the same side, the left of the transversal, as each other. In addition to that pair, I have another pair, angle 4 and angle 6 are both inside of the lines and on the right hand side, the same side of the transversal as each other. So I'm going to add that pair to my list. Okay, we are going to answer the question, are these angles congruent, supplementary, or neither? I can visually tell that angle 4 and angle 6 are not congruent. They are not equal in measure to one another. And I'm going to be very direct and let you know that they will not be supplementary to each other in this case. So we're going to go ahead and circle neither. And the reason that these are not supplementary is because our lines that are intersected by the transversal are not parallel to one another. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, your next steps. You are going to be teaching about same-side interior angles to your other group members who did not watch this video. You are now the expert on same-side interior angles for your group. You're going to want to make sure that you share with everybody in your group not only the definition, but the specifics about the angle properties that we discussed in this video. In particular, how are same-side interior angles different from one another when our lines are parallel versus when the lines are not parallel. All right, good luck, you guys.